that will reveal to us our form of bondage. Many times, not physical bondage, as in a jail, or in a house full of strife, or even in ministry, or even in your location. Sometimes it is a spiritual bondage that you will never even know. But the Word of God, as it will be revealed to you at every preaching, at every reading of the Word, every singing of the Word, dancing of the Word. If you ask the Lord to reveal to you your form of bondage as you journey with Christ, He can set you free. As you obey and abide in the Word, He will set you free. Because we are human, we will all fall into sin, trap. The trap of the evil one, the trap of the flesh. I pray right now that as the Word is broken, starting from the start of the service to the end of the service today, the Lord will reveal to us what it is now, whatever state you are in your walk with Christ, what it is that He wants to set us free. The Word of God. The Word of God. We love the Word of God. There are many Christian denominations, and last night at the dinner in Ambassador Xiao's residence, there was beautiful discussion. We came from different worlds, different backgrounds, nationalities. There was one common thing, the love for the Word. And through the differences, the Lord brings a commonality in terms of how we live our lives, always wanting to be abiding in the Word. And yes, we will fail sometimes, but the Word also has a solution for that. Everything is in this Word. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the Lord said. The first and the last, the beginning and the end. When I was a baby Christian, I said, so everything from A to Z in Switzerland, is here. My father had cancer, that's letter C. Everything that the Lord wants us to do, wants a Christian to do, when health, letter H, is affected, is here. How do you continue to live a godly life, a peaceful life, a joyful life? Everything in the alphabet that forms the written word or the spoken word is here. Need we go to any other? I love the Word. I love the Word of God. It was the Word that transformed my life. A meaningless life. I thought back then it was an okay life. But as I read the Word, oh, it was a nonsense life. Sinful life. The longer you stay with the Word, the more you are so aware of sin. Not just around you, but also in your heart. Christians get more and more and more sensitive to sin as they read the Word of God. Do you also have the same experience? Because once a Christian is now no longer sensitive to sin and says, oh, I'm now holy, pride sets in, and that's a sin. It's the Word of God that keeps us humble. The Word of God that keeps us focused on Jesus. It is sad that many Christians, I was one of them before, I was a Catholic that's not in the Word. There are many Catholics now who are in the Word, the charismatic Catholics. But I was a Catholic who did not understand the Word. It's a lifetime of learning, a lifetime of living. Has anyone here gotten to a point, I believe even my husband, 47 years of ministry, every day he goes to Jesus because the Word searches his heart. Now, I'd like all of us to turn to Hebrews 4:12. What is this Word of God? For the Word of God is living and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the division of soul and spirit, that's spiritual, and of joints and marrow, that's physical, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Invisible things can be discerned by the Word. And there is no creature hidden from His sight, but all things are naked and open to the eyes of Him to whom we must give account. The Word of God. In my Bible study in Geneva, I've been privileged to teach the Word of God. Actually, I learn as I teach. I always go to this Word and close the lights. Oh no, it's the other verse that does that. And get a very sharp knife from my kitchen as I graphically illustrate to them the power of the living Word. Sharper than any two-edged sword. It's sharp on one side and sharp on the other. Piercing. Piercing. Do you allow the Word of God to pierce you? And when it pierces, what happens? Many times it's painful. Many times the Lord applies the anesthesia of love, so that when it pierces, you don't say, ouch. When your pastor pierces you with the Word of God and corrects you, thank God for his life. The student of the Word of God that allows the Word to pierce him or her will be progressed by the Lord, accelerated